The 2025 F1 season is shaping up to be one for the history books. Not only is Formula One celebrating its 75th anniversary, but the championship battle looks wide open like never before. Max Verstappen is hunting down his 5th straight title, but with Lewis Hamilton making his long-awaited move to Ferrari, the fight at the front is about to get intense. And let's not forget about McLaren. Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri have already tasted victory. And with their car getting even stronger, could they actually challenge for the title? Meanwhile, Mercedes might not have been at their best recently, but their new driver lineup is one of the most exciting on the grid. But here's the real deal. The FIA is making a massive change to race weekends, alongside a few tweaks like stricter DRS rules and mandatory cooling systems for drivers in extreme heat. One of the biggest talking points is the removal of the extra point for the fastest lap. That's right, no more last lap tire gambles for that extra point. Could this shake up race strategies? Could it impact how teams approach Grand Prix Sundays? Before going to the next, make sure to subscribe to the channel for the latest update. Let's break it all down. Big changes are coming to Formula One ahead of the 2025 season, and this one could have a massive impact on race weekends. The FIA has officially tightened regulations surrounding the rear wing and DRS, shutting down some of the more creative aerodynamic tricks teams have been using. The biggest adjustment? DRS is now strictly limited to just 2 positions, open and closed. That means the clever mini DRS concepts, where parts of the rear wing subtly flexed to reduce drag at high speeds, are officially outlawed. Teams will have to rethink their approach to maximizing straight-line speed without bending the rules. But that's not all. The FIA is also cracking down on rear wing deflection, ramping up the force used in testing from 10 newtons to 30 newtons. This tougher standard ensures that teams can't gain an unfair advantage by having wings that flex under high loads. And the changes might not stop there. The F1 Commission is still reviewing additional limits on the upper rear wing flex and the gap between the wing profiles. On top of that, a stricter front wing deflection limit could come into play from round 9 in Barcelona. So, what does this mean for the 2025 season? Well, it could shake up the competitive order. Teams that relied on these aerodynamic tricks may struggle, while others could capitalize on a more level playing field. One thing's for sure. The FIA isn't holding back when it comes to enforcing the rules. Starting next season, if the forecast predicts temperatures hitting 31 degrees Celsius or higher during a sprint or Grand Prix, a new heat hazard will be declared. And when that happens, teams will be required to fit a mandatory driver cooling system to their cars. But here's where things get interesting. This new rule isn't just about keeping drivers cool. It actually impacts the entire car's performance because the FIA is also adjusting the weight limits. In practice, qualifying and sprint qualifying sessions, cars will get an extra 2 kilograms added. But for the actual sprint and Grand Prix races, that jumps to 5 kilograms. Now, why 2 different limits? Well, during practice and qualifying, teams only need to install the system but don't have to fill it with cooling fluid. That's because shorter runs don't necessarily require its use. But come race day, the full system will be in play, adding extra weight and potentially shaking up race strategies. This might seem like a small tweak, but in F1, every kilogram matters. The added weight could impact tire degradation, fuel consumption, and even car balance. And let's not forget, some teams have been pushing the weight limits already, so this change could throw a wrench into their plans. With rising global temperatures, it was only a matter of time before F1 had to step in. But will this new rule be a game changer for the teams? And could it lead to even more innovations in car cooling technology? And if you're enjoying this content, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And this one rule is game-changing? It's been a long time coming. Since 2019, drivers finishing in the top 10 had the chance to earn an extra point by setting the fastest lap of the race. Sounds fair, right? Push hard, get rewarded. But in reality, this rule led to some unexpected and controversial scenarios. Teams would often roll the dice, pitting their drivers late in the race just to snatch that single point. Fresh tires, light fuel, and boom, fastest lap secured. But here's the deal. Even cars outside the top 10, with 0 points on the line, could still jump in, steal the fastest lap, and take that extra point away from a competitor without gaining anything themselves. And let's be honest, that didn't always sit well with the teams or the fans. So in a bold move, the FIA has officially scrapped the fastest lap bonus for 2025. Now, the point system remains mostly unchanged. Top 10 drivers will still score in a Grand Prix and the top 8 in a sprint. But without that extra point up for grabs, we could see some serious strategy shifts. No more last-minute pit stops just for a single point. Now, every decision will be about maximizing race position, not just chasing a stat. For years, rookie drivers have had limited opportunities to gain real track experience during an F1 weekend. Since 2022, teams were required to run a rookie in at least one free practice one session per car, meaning twice per season. But now, that number is doubling. From 2025 onwards, teams must run a rookie twice per car over the course of the season. That means 4 occasions where an inexperienced driver will be behind the wheel in FP1. More track time, more opportunities, and potentially more chaos. This move could be a game changer, giving fresh talent double the experience before making the jump to full-time F1 racing. More seat time means young drivers can familiarize themselves with F1 machinery, adapt to high-pressure environments, and prove their worth to teams. However, it also presents challenges for teams locked in tight battles. Every practice session is crucial for optimizing performance, and handing the car over to a rookie could disrupt data collection and setup work. Could this shake up the driver market? Might teams take fewer risks with rookie selections, opting for those with prior testing experience? One thing's for sure, this rule change will add an intriguing layer to the F1 season. And in conclusion, the 2025 F1 season is shaping up to be a thrilling one, with major rule changes and an ultra-competitive field ready to battle it out. From tighter DRS and aerodynamic restrictions to mandatory cooling kits and the removal of the fastest lap point, the FIA is making bold moves that could redefine race strategies. Teams will need to adapt quickly, balancing performance with new regulations. And with rookies getting more track time, the future stars of F1 will have more chances to shine. As the season unfolds, one thing is certain: Formula One is entering a new era, and anything can happen. Could these rule changes completely shake up the 2025 F1 season? Will Verstappen keep his streak alive, or will Hamilton, Norris, and the rest of the grid turn the championship battle into a thriller? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates on the season ahead. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.